Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning into Inspiration from A to Z 15-minute moments. I am your host, Tamika Harris, and that's my special guest that I'll formally introduce in a little bit. But for those of you who don't know, as I said, I'm Tamika Harris, President and CEO of Always Truth Incorporated. Always Truth Incorporated is dedicated to teaching, reaching, and uplifting to help inspire people through the use of educational rap, poetry, books, and motivational speaking. So I am an educator, educational rap artist, poet, motivational speaker, and author. And my latest products, which you can see right there, are Inspiration from A to Z, hence the title of the show, and Destined for Greatness, which were both released last year. I'm so excited. This became the #1 new release. Look, if you don't have this book, I'm trying to figure out why you don't have either of these books, but this one will promote, this definitely aligns with character education programs within the school. It's a colorful character education book that focuses on, it has powerful phrases that focus on different character traits. So as you see today, we're focusing on motivated, and they're going to tell us why they're so motivated to start this business. But yeah, so if you know any people that work in the district office, any directors or any influential people, teachers, tell them to get this book and put it in the schools because they need it. We need to add some equity and diversity into the school system. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and introduce, since they say ladies first, right, Joshua? I guess I'll go ahead and introduce Hillary first. Hillary graduated with a bachelor's degree in English education from Purdue. And then from 2008 to 2012, she worked as a language arts teacher in Indiana. And then she actually went on to get her master's degree in ed leadership. And she later moved on to be a staff developer at Boca Ciega High School. And then she became the senior professional development coordinator for equity for Pinellas County Schools. And then aside from being an educator, she's very involved in the community. I know she didn't give me the list of everything that she does, but Hillary is a volunteer leader for Outdoor Afro St. Pete in Tampa Bay for 5 years. And she's the co-founder of Green Book of Tampa Bay, which is why she's on this show. And she also has a podcast that you have to check out as well. And she just recently, I started another group, Women of Influence, and she is a member of Women Influence. I'm not going to talk about it today because you will have to tune in on February 19th at 8:00 p.m. to hear more about Women of Influence and the purpose and vision behind that. Now we have Joshua Bean. He is a prevention specialist for Pinellas County Schools. He serves as a chairman for Social Justice Committee at Temple Bethel. Am I saying it right?
Got it.
In St. Petersburg. And he's also the co-founder of Green Book of Tampa Bay. And he loves traveling with his family. And $2, he loves watching college football, reading books on race and history. And he loves going to concerts before COVID, right?
Right.
He likes collecting
Right.
no concerts now, but he still has his family time, right?
Right.
A little bit of traveling still with the family. So now let's get into asking you a few questions because I know the viewers want to know a little bit about Green Book of Tampa Bay, and I'm just so excited to hear about all the great things. I know when I first heard about the initiative and about Green Book of Tampa Bay, I was so excited to get my business on the Green Book of Tampa Bay. And then it's like I saw that you had, let's say, 200 followers, and then all of a sudden, what do you have now? Like 5,000 followers. So I'm just so excited. Like every time I look on Green Book of Tampa Bay, I get hungry with the different food posts. I'm like, how do they have time to go to check out all these different restaurants? It's just so great how they just go to different restaurants and different places and support and post. And they've been on ABC, Fox, the front cover of Weekly Challenger, got several awards. They have another appreciation banquet coming up soon, but I'm gonna let them, I had to brag about them a little bit because I'm so proud of them and excited about what's going on. You know, we have to congratulate and be excited for each other. So I'm excited for them, and I just had to share that, and I'll let you all do the rest of the talking, okay? So tell us the story behind naming it the Green Book of Tampa Bay.
Well, it is named. I don't. Do you hear that? Okay, it's named the Green Book of. Sorry, it was like echoing. It's named the Green Book of Tampa Bay, in honor of the Negro Motors Travel Guide, which was a book that Hugo Victor Green, is it Hugo Victor Green or Victor Hugo Green? I'm might be messing the direction of those two names up. Created to help Black people travel through the U.S. Safely. So basically, just to be able to get from A to B, so they would know like what restaurants, hotels, what gas stations they could stop in at, and it would really help them map out a whole trip, so they knew literally how much gas they needed to carry, how much food they had to bring with them, where they'd have to pull over on the side of the road to stay the night, or whose house they could stay at, as they travel from north to south and south to north. So in Jim Crow America, it helped keep Black people alive as they traveled throughout their own country. But now we're paying homage to it as this guidebook that helps people find Black owned businesses in that same spirit as before, except instead of it being this place that helps Black folks find places they can be safely, we're hoping it's helping all people find Black owned businesses that they can support as they're trying to increase the economic vitality in their whole community.
Okay. Now, so what motivated you to create a directory of Black-owned businesses?
Whew.
Well, you want me to go on?
Yeah, go ahead.
I've
Everything.
actually, been asked this before. We have some typical motivators, but I've been actually doing a lot of thought around this. And, I don't want to get too spiritual on them, but it really comes down to love. We worked in the same school. Our love for students quickly expanded outside those four walls of a classroom, expanded the community. I'm a big fan of Cornel West, and he said justice is what love looks like in public, and not really love in a traditional sense, but love what Dr. King wrote about and what the Greeks called agape love, which he describes as a willingness to go to any length to restore community. So try to merge love, or look at love as like a moral imperative. And in this racial equity work that we're both really passionate about, we can't say that all lives matter until we can show and prove that Black lives matter. And in our own niche, what we're doing with Green Book, we can't say that all businesses matter until we can say that, show and prove that Black businesses matter. So it's really, this love is really just the driving force that motivates us beyond some of the examples. I'm going to let Hillary share some other motivators, but it really comes down to our love for the people. We love the kids, as Trick Daddy said, and it's never ending. So we're here for the long run, and we're just going to keep on keeping on.
Josh, I love how you move from spiritual to Trick Daddy.
Hey man, it's all.
Hey, we relate to everybody.
If you are a positive man.
That's like, that describes it right there. Moves from spiritual to Trick Daddy.
we relate to everybody. You all do not discriminate on your business directory. Are you going to add to that, Hillary?
No, I can't follow that.
Okay, so now why do you think it's so important then to have a directory of Black-owned businesses?
I just think, if you think about just the whole history of this country, Black folks have literally, in the 1619 Project, Nicole Hannah-Jones talks through how all of the different ways that, like, because of the way that Black people have fought for their own rights, that those fights generally end up helping other people get rights, and therefore hold the U.S. Accountable to the things it professes to believe in. So she says, the quote goes something like, "It has been Black people that have been the perfecters of this democracy." And I think that's even true about the way that we literally are like this huge force of like money, that we go out and spend all this money all the time on everyone else's businesses. And so and really, if you think about, was it like Black Panther, when Black Panther came out, And everyone was like, oh my goodness, like, wow, they go to the movies and they spend money. We're like, yeah, like we've been out here and we do this. And so just the way, and you can see how cinema has really shifted when they realize the power of the Black dollar. And so we've been out here supporting everyone else. And this is really just a way to help everyone else, return that same favor and also intentionally support Black owned businesses as well. I don't, yeah.
That was perfect.
Yeah.
Perfectly said. Now, so what have been some benefits that have already come out of this effort?
Oh gosh, I'll just say collaboration as a whole. We always stress the collaboration, whether it's collaborators, community partners that have helped us grow our brand and our reach, to collaborations from business owners finding each other and putting on events and just growing in that way. It's just been, I stress the love factor because it's just been a lot of love to share. And we have been really appreciative of the consumers who have bought into us, the business owners who have, trusted us to promote them, and the community members to really drive what we're doing. It's just been it's a group effort. We say it takes a village. It sounds cliche, but it's so true.
Yeah.
And I like what you said about the business to trust you, because I
Right.
always get excited about the different posts that you have. And I know that I can count on you all to share some sort of beneficial information, like with the websites. I forwarded that to people who did not have a website. Just so many great things that they do. So make sure that you follow and like their page, Green Book of Tampa Bay, because they're always going to share something, some piece of information that can help you grow as a business. And also, I just thank them because I got on the Weekly Challenger because of them. And so they really do help and support businesses. And I enjoy sharing the information. Other people get so excited. I'm like, follow them, because you'll have this same information if you follow and like their page as well. So thank you for that. I know a lot of great initiatives have come out of it already, and there's bigger things to come for you all. So I'm excited to be on that journey with you all, since my business is in your directory as well. What's been your favorite thing you've done so far?
I think the website grant has been so, I never really saw that necessarily as something that we were going to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then here we are, like 40 some sites in, and it's just like part of the work we're doing. And I don't know how long we'll be funded for it, but while we're doing it, we're trying to get as many folks' websites as we can. But just the way that people talk about how they feel like real business, like their business feels more real after the site is done, is just really cool to hear. And even the way that, like, because of the site, it allows for some businesses, depending on what they do, like a different way that they can add to their business sales. I don't know, just, it's like we have the directory helps people find businesses. We have our social media, which helps people learn about the businesses. But then we have this just other piece that I feel like is a whole different level of service that we didn't realize that we were going to be a part of, that we love.
And I'll share I think one of the favorite things is being on the cover of Creative Loafing. We've had a lot of media exposure, and this was a surprise. I knew we were having an article in Creative Loafing, but Hillary didn't tell me we made the cover. So,
Hillary,
they released their digital issue on Wednesday.
No, I wasn't slipping. I knew that, like, he knew we were going to be in there, but I was like more in contact with the.
No, you were tripping, not slipping. Like, you knew, but you were.
I knew that Josh would like freak out when he saw it, like just be so excited. So I was like, I'm just not going to tell him. And
the best part about the cover, it's like we have a lot of pictures of us, and this isn't really about us, but to know that readers across the Bay Area were seeing that black fist was just, it was amazing. We know it's triggering for some folks, but we look at our logo and what that represents with so much pride, and it was just a moment of like, oh yeah, from where we started, which we'll get into your next question, to where we're at now, it's just been overflow with emotion. It was pretty amazing.
He called me like
probably had some Yeah, words we won't say.
We're gonna keep it PG. We're gonna keep it
Yes,
PG.
yes.
It was,
I wanted to ask though about, sorry, go ahead, Hillary.
I was just saying, it was that what really was a really cool, like creative loafing is such a staple in the area. And then the way that they still put it in the boxes, like the newspaper boxes. So even that, just like pulling the newspaper box down to
Yeah.
pull that out and open it. And it is like the Green Book logo on the cover was like just crazy. It was cool.
That is awesome. I want to ask you all about the website. How can someone get a website created, and what all does that entail for the viewers who are listening and like, well, what can I do? I need a website.
Follow us on Instagram and send us an inbox, and we can send you the information on how to sign up. Our Instagram is Greenbook TV. Also, if you go to greenbooktv.org, we have a tab that says resources, and the link is there as well.
Okay, perfect. How's your business shifted since it first started?
Woo.
Uh-oh, here we go.
We just laugh about this all the time, and I wish we had a picture of our old website, which was a very basic WordPress blog site with like business name, hyperlink, maybe a phone number and an address, super basic. And then enters like one community, Gypsy Gallardo and her team, and really wanted to help us give our website a makeover to where it serves more of like a Yelp for Black-owned businesses. Mm-hmm. And just the way it all happened and the timing, maybe Hillary will explain a little bit more, but it was just, we were so appreciative because it just really, our brand, it really helped made it more user-friendly, more accessible, more polished, more professional. And it was just, yeah, we started from the bottom, now we're here, okay? So
For real. Yeah.
I don't know if you want to say anything about that, Hillary, but yeah, it was
no, and you know what's a struggle is the reason that we got on the map per se is the killing of George Floyd. Like people were struggling with that, a lot of people, and they at the same time were like, supporting Black-owned businesses is going to be the thing that I start doing. And so that's how people came to learn about the Green Book. So, you know, we were poised for, like, we'd been here doing the work already. The site was ready for when the time needed it. So we were ready. The site was ready. So it's hard to like celebrate that that's what led to people seeing it. But I also think just the way that everything happened, we were poised for the time. And so everyone we needed to know, we met, and all the things that needed to happen were in place so that we'd be ready when the community needed it.
Well said.
Yes. You know what I want to ask you all, because a lot of people, well, I have a Women of Influence group, St. Pete chapter, and I started one in Orlando. Can other people outside of the St. Pete, Tampa area add their business to this directory as well? So what people in what areas? Indiana or just Orlando? Tell us what area.
Our website's based on geolocation. We have probably one business in Miami, a couple in Orlando already.
Okay.
Skirts of the Bay Area. So Indiana, whatever works.
Right.
Okay, that's good to know. I'll have to start telling it because I thought it was specifically just for the Tampa Bay area. So I'll let other people know too, and the viewers.
It's mostly Tampa Bay, but technically anywhere could add. Okay. But I mean, you know, right now you'd be like the only one sitting on the map in Orlando.
That's okay. We'll get more added. Tell us about the appreciation banquet that's coming up.
Oh yeah, singles pop up and tailored picnics. I don't even know how it came about. They just both were like, we want to do something for you. Tailored picnics puts together these So you hire her and she like sets up just this beautiful display. Like she does picnics, she'll set up like a dinner table. And it's just like I did one for my friend's going away party. Just this, you just feel like a fancy movie star, basically. And the singles pop up does like singles mixers. And so really it's like two amazing event planners came together and wanted to create just an event to thank us and to bring other business owners together. So it is pretty much a fundraiser that's also like celebrating our 2-year anniversary. Or well, it's like the start of our 2-year anniversary for the Green Book.
That's
So,
great. Is there any, oh, sorry, Hillary.
so.
Is there anything else you want to share? Any final words before we close out the show?
I say we just want to thank you for having us on, and viewers, if you like the information you've heard, if you're not following us already, please do. Green Book TV. It's our handle on both Facebook and Instagram, and greenbooktv.org is our website. Can't stress that enough. Use it as a directory. That's what it's there for. And we just want to help you put your green and black.
That's right. Well said. Follow and like their page. And I also wanted to give a shout out to Natifa Darden. She's also a member of Women of Influence Orlando chapter. She's with DBNS Graphics. She created this background you see behind me and the event flyer. So try to support her. Go on Facebook. I'll add the link to this as well as their link so you can easily click and follow and like Green Book of Tampa Bay.
Let's say if they put their green and black too, that also means purchasing your books.
Thank you. I appreciate that. You see them there available on Barnes and Nobles, Walmart online, Target, and Amazon.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I thank you so much for being on the show. I know great things. Your great things are already happening. I'm interviewing some stars. I'm so excited. But there's even brighter things in store for you all. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what's in store for you all. Thank you all for being on the show. And thank you, viewers, for tuning into Inspiration from A to Z 15-minute moments. This is Tamika Harris of Always Truth Incorporated signing off. Bye.